How nanabojo ninduwe magdadok di kanataduk, ni mosheni no jama ingun kwenadishnakas, wabjeshin do dem, kayan nijing igwani made. And this is sunrise, the full moon ceremony for June. And it's just a small introduction. In the long ago time, it was a period of time where all women came together, and it was called a celebration. And the women celebrated their womanhood and the fact that they could um, have kids. And it was a place also of, I guess, where you could go and talk about your problems. And the Shinabe idea is when you talk about your problems and you're speaking the words or saying the words out loud, that all spirits hear you. And they're the ones that help you through those hard times of your life. So that was a full moon ceremony from a long time ago. I know when I was 7 years old was the first time I participated or was aware of a full moon ceremony because I'd been away for a number of years in a sanitarium. But when the women came together at the full moon, they brought tobacco, a basin, some cloth, and water. After they talked, after they prayed, after they did the ceremony, the women would take their basin and their water out into the field, and they would choose a place and put their basin on the ground and fill it up with water. And they would circle the basin until they could see the reflection of the moon in the water, and they would say, or the implication was that she was coming down from sky world to sit right with the individual women. So that was how they used to do it. There was no women that came close together during that time. The communication that was happened between the individual women and their basin of water, or the grandmother moon who was being reflected on their basin of water. I think it allowed that close proximity with grandmother moon had a really, really strong impact on all the women. So they would come together every month for the same reason. The women's teachings are very, very provocative. They make you think a lot about what it is. I never thought about the difference between boys and girls or women and men until I was maybe 11 years old, and I came on my first moon time. And I came on my first moon time when the moon was up in the air, when the full moon was there. And before that, I hadn't even noticed the absence of my brother and father during that time of the full moon. When it was full moon time, all the women came on their flow at the same time. And all the men would just go, and they would just go someplace else. They would go hunting, fishing, whatever. But they would come back like after 7 days. So they left the women alone. The women in their family alone for 7 days. And then they would come back and everything would be in order again. But that was the basic idea for full moon. There were songs that were sung at that time. One of them was the Women's Lament from Cape Croker. And it was really very old. I think it preceded or came before, what's that woman's name? She recorded a lot of people singing old time songs. So that song was sung at full moon, and it was talking to the spirits and just telling them like, don't feel sorry for me, because I know you'll help me. And the words of the song are Gawin Gunong Guishung Yan Min Wen Pama Guting Ganagi Saden. And it is saying, it doesn't matter if you don't care about me. Someday in the future you may be sorry, or you may regret feeling making me feel bad, allowing me to feel bad. And the other song that I use at full moon ceremony is a song that was shared with us and given over to me by Lionel Whitebird. He received the song from Guy Dumas. The first time that Guy Dumas went fasting, he received this song. And when he came out of his fasting, he shared the song with Lionel and gave him the song. So Lionel, when I was asking for Grandmother Moon song, he said I could sing this song. And it was really, really good, because at that time, men were asking how come they don't have like a sun ceremony. And the old women laughed and said, every morning when the sun comes up, that's your ceremony. You should be out there with your sama at that time, putting your sama down and talking about your family or whatever. But that happens every day. With the women, she only looks at us, in her fullness for 7 days out of the whole year. So we have to pack a whole lot of stuff into that time, and it's usually every member in your family is considered. Everybody on the reserve is considered. Everything is given consideration at that time, and appreciation is shown. And we have feast. We have all the wild meat. We have fish. All the berries. We have rice and corn. All kinds of different rices and different ways of prepared corn. So yeah, it was just great. It was celebration. So the ceremony that they would start with was the standard ceremony. And they would all come and be inside the house or sitting around outside the fire and talking. Smoke would be offered to everyone. Sama would be distributed to everyone. And a song would be sung, invitation song. Then prayer, Thanksgiving prayer would be sent up to the 4 directions. It was extreme appreciation to the grandmothers and grandfathers who inhabit the cardinal directions. And sit there and allow us to feel their kindness and the gentleness of their manner. When we see old women, old grandmothers with their grandchildren, that communication that happens is so gentle and so kind. That's how Grandmother Moon shares her time with us. So I shared the song about Lionel Redbird, the song that he gave over. And it says there's some chanting in it, or some tones, different tones, musical tones, and words. And the words are mishom, mishom. And singing it in the way that it was given over the word, it says masom, which is Cree, Plains Cree for mishom. Mishom Sananik, mishomis. They say masoms. And Grandmother Moon, and they call her Gokoomis. So we call ourselves Gokoomis Nanik, Gokoomis. And so those are the 2 words in the song. And they're sung in the traditional way, with attention being given to spirit world, 4 directions that we are going to sing a special song. Gokoomis, way Ikanagana, Nikana, Skinago, all my